All right, let's go over to Abia State. Well, we're not able to get across to Dr. Ejike Oji, the APC governorship candidate, I beg your pardon, the PDP governorship candidate. But now we have the Commissioner for Information in Abia State. He must have listened to what was said previously by the APGA candidate representatives in the studios here. Good morning and thank you for joining us today. What can you tell us about the elections as they went on? You heard the Abia representative here speaking about what transpired in the state. What's your version of the scenario?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chamberlain. You see, Abia State is a PDP state, very clearly. And I was surprised that that Oji or something, came to this national television.
I beg your pardon?
International television to say what he said. So,
Mr. Agbazuere, the person who was here was Dr. Ejike Oji.
That's what I'm saying, Dr. Ejike Oji, that's what I'm saying. Oji, yeah, Oji.
That's not what you said. I'm sorry to say. I think it's very important that you get the person's name right.
That's why Chamberlain's told you that.
The person some respect. It's only proper and normal. His name is Dr. Oji, and I think that it's not too much to say. Unless, of course, there's...
With that. That's not a problem. It's OJI, so it could be Oji or Oji, but let me take it as you said it, Oji. So what I want to say is that elections took place in Abia State, very fine elections, and I also know that even those who were trying to forecast results earlier before the elections said that Abia knew that Abia was going to go PDP. And I want to tell you that he said that some people are in the hospital and one person killed. Those things are not true. Let me also say very clearly, as a constitutional lawyer, that of those elections have been declared by INEC and by the provisions of Section 133 of the Electoral Act. No election or return of an election under the Act, can be questioned in any manner except through election tribunal or through the court. So if they feel they should go to court and not come out everywhere to incite people or make statements that are funny. We don't have a dictator in Abia. And the Act and the police, I am not aware that they worked against any person. So for him to be making such statements is not correct. And you can also see if a good footing in Abia, how come they lost the 3 senatorial seats? How come also out of the 8 House of Reps seats, they only got 1 in Aba? Because the man who contested for APGA is a very popular candidate. That is very clear. So we got 7/8 in the House of Reps, and in the Senate we got 3/3. So they are not on ground. And I'm also convinced that on April 11th, we're also going to sweep the polls.
Are you disputing not just what was said by the APGA candidate, because there are many who have written into us today, even before today on the program, how that they think that your party, with the aid of some security forces, manipulated the outcome of the elections?
You see, I hope I'm still hearing you.
Go ahead, quickly too, please.
Yes, you see, Timberlake, my brother, it is very copious that when people lose elections, they start looking for faults. So there is no way. The state government is not in control of the army. The state government is not in control of the police. You know that very well. The constitution is very clear. They take the instructions from Abuja. So, and that would be funny for somebody to say that the state government was controlling the army. In fact, a crowd, not just one person. So, and these policemen and soldiers are people that were posted to, in fact, all the nooks and crannies of the state. So it is a funny claim. It is not substantiatable. You can't substantiate that. It's not. So I think they only try to see what they can tell the crowd, the public, the voters, to see how they can, ensure that they don't get weak. That type of thing never happened. It's not true. We won landslide. We won very clearly, and like I said, even the man they said ran away. One TPA Baba, I know him very well, Chuku Gozem, of one lecturer, they said the record of ran away. Somebody will agree that the INEC chairman, national chairman of INEC, Professor Ejike, his job was to collect results. So here, Baba, if he was an ad hoc staff of INEC with responsibility to collect results, he said in the interview he granted to newspapers that he refused to sign. He had no power to say he won't sign because he wasn't in the field. Whatever is brought to him, he should receive. But because of the fact that he has sympathy for one of the candidates, I am aware of that. In fact, he's a friend to Oji for a very long time. When we were going to Iberi, he was coming there. So he refused to sign because his friend failed. So these are the issues, very copious.
All right,
and people should not, lie. Again, you see, we'll defeat them again on 11.
All right, we have to thank you for speaking with us today, the Commissioner for Information in Abia State, Mr. Anthony Agbazuere. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go away. Welcome back. Well, Dr. Tam-George, we'll have to wrap up. So let's get your final comments before we go.
My final comments have to do with not just the mechanics of people voting different people into government offices. I'm also worried, and I suspect most Nigerians are concerned about this. I'm also worried about the quality of politicians that we have, from the national level down to the local government level. What we are seeing seems to be what it seems to confirm what Achebe in 1983 called the cult of mediocrity. We don't have very good quality people in government anymore. What we are finding increasingly are all kinds of desperados. We are not spoiled for choice. From the federal government to the state levels, to local government, to governorship candidates, even to the personnel that drive policy at the state levels. We do not have good quality people. And you see, the danger of mediocrity is that once you have mediocres in very sensitive places, they will fight tooth and nail to make sure that people with good quality ideas do not come. So we need to make sure that we are not just interested in the mechanics of elections and voting, but we vote the right people and demand accountability in government. And
more right people should also get involved. The job, as you have heard, is not over. Well, Dr. Austin Tam-George is the Director, Institute of Communication Studies here in Lagos, and then also a former lecturer, University of Cape Town, South Africa. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Well, that's the show today. We will be here again tomorrow as we continue our focus on the governorship elections. We'll see you next time. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
Well, thank you. I'm Maokwe Ogun.
Many thanks. I'm Sulaiman Alede.